SVG's Jason Dackman. We're here with Chief Revenue Officer of the new Chicago Sports Network, Rob Shaw, longtime friend of SVG. Rob, first of all, thanks so much for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, my friend.
You too. So, Chicago Sports Network, the latest addition to the RSN landscape, obviously a very exciting development in one of the biggest sports towns in the country. How did the launch go, first and foremost?
Yeah, I think it's gone well. When we think about what our priorities are for a launch, number one has to be fantastic storytelling and production. People have to be able to see the live games of the Blackhawks and the Bulls and eventually the White Sox. And I think we've aced that test. I think that we have an incredible staff in production. We've made great investments in technology. The graphics package is strong. So I think that's a huge win for us. Next, we partnered with ViewLift to build out our direct-to-consumer product. That has never been done before for these three teams. It was always authentication and that was it. But it was important for us to have another way for people to be able to watch the content. The product's going great. We've got a lot of people on it, and the feedback's been very positive. It's a little different than most in that it is truly a digital platform, not just limited to being a direct-to-consumer experience. It also has a vertical content speed and much else. The one challenge for us has clearly been distribution. We're not the only ones. This is really something that is throughout the industry, and we're dealing with it. When we thought of distribution, we kind of thought of it from three different areas. Number one, how do we open up the content for people who maybe historically have cut the cord and have moved away from traditional means of being able to watch television? We've invested in a digital platform, in digital antennas, so you can watch these games. We basically have markets around the community, everything from Rockford, South Bend, up in Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and Chicago, where all it takes is a digital antenna, and you're able to watch the Blackhawks and the Bulls, and again, eventually the White Sox. We've seen tens of thousands of people already do that. The next thing is the MVPDs, the traditional means of distribution, that and satellite. We've come to partnerships with DirecTV, with Fubo, as well as Mediacom and RCN. And so that allows us to suddenly be able to, reach people who have historically been watching the same way for over a decade and still provide them with the product. Unfortunately, we have not come to terms yet with Comcast. We want to. We're hoping that happens as soon as possible. Of course, it takes two to be able to get a deal through. So we're waiting on that and eager to make that happen. And then, as I mentioned before, kind of the third tier is being able to watch the games on your own terms. And that's where the direct-to-consumer platform is finally, offering the product to fans.
And let's stay on that for a sec because, again, the DTC product is the up-and-comer when it comes to regional sports viewing. Tell me a little bit about the experience, what fans are really enjoying about the product, and what we can expect as things move forward.
For me, the direct-to-consumer area is really the future of the industry because it allows you to personalize the experience. When you think about direct-to-consumer, a lot of people think of it as an app, on your mobile phone. In reality, we're talking about being able to watch it on a big screen via connected TV. You also are able to get access to it, whether it's through authentication with DirecTV or elsewhere. So for us, we really want to have this experience that's personalized. So number one, yes, we have the live games, but if you go to our vertical video feed, it is personalized based off of your interests. So similar to being on a social platform, me and you would have very different experiences there based on who our favorite athletes are, who our favorite teams are, and what content you have historically consumed. And then finally, for us, again, being that this is the future, once you have that level of information of what people are interested in, you're able to monetize it a little bit differently. When you go on Instagram and you're watching an NBA highlight, chances are you see a lot of ads for sneakers, for jerseys, for hats, things that your favorite athletes wear, your favorite teams adorn. And so for us, being able to add that element to the audience, and again, it enhances the experience. It doesn't detract from the experience. And so for us, that's a key part of the future revenue model and one that we're building over time.
Excellent. Well, you guys are just getting at this. 2025 will be a big year for you. Pitchers and catchers is right around the corners for sure. What are you most excited about for Chicago Sports Network in 2025?
Being able to have baseball on the product is really exciting. We've never had it before, obviously. So, having the White Sox, spring is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of big-time prospects that are going to be in camp, and being able to tell stories. The way that I explain our content strategy, it's a little bit different than a regional sports network in that it's not limited to whatever's on the linear broadcast. We have podcasts with some big talent. We're We're going to have Ozzie Guillen. We're going to have Chuck Garfien. We're talking to some Chicago Cubs about having them do podcasts on our platform. We have short-form videos. We have creator content. So there's going to be a lot of different ways that we're going to be able to cover sports that historically has not been found at a regional sports network. So, really excited to kind of introduce that new form of storytelling to audiences, and again, get creative in ways to monetize it.
Very cool, and hopefully a few more wins for the White Sox on the field.
We hope it's not as historic this year, yes.
Exactly. Rob, thanks so much for taking the time. Really, really appreciate it.